let's look at this particular model called the value chain, right? So within this, what we have is that we have different activities, right? So there is primary activities where we have like the inbound logistics, we have the operations as well, we've been given outbound logistics, right? Next thing is sales and marketing, next thing is service, right? So in the first thing, what happens, the goods raw material arrive, then after that we do some transformation, right, in the operations, then after that we send it out or we make the delivery, right? And basically we do some sales, right? So basically in outbound logistics, it's being delivered, it's the delivery that's being done, right? In terms of marketing and all, to generate extra sales, what do, we do some marketing campaign, right? So campaign is there, then after that, once the goods has reached the customer hands, what do we need to do, we need to service it, right? So there might be some warranty claims and everything, right? Then after that, those are primary activities of a traditional kind of, the example that I'm giving is of traditional manufacturing setting, okay? So the traditional factories. And for support activities, what is done is that there is some firm's infrastructure, right? So this could be regarding your let's say the infrastructure for the whole firm itself, which could be different physical, or it could be the other thing as well, the structure within the, let's say, like top or top, like how is it aligned, right? The management, the is it flat or is it tall, right? How's the management structure as well? So that could be considered a firm infrastructure as well. Next thing is basically technology development, right? So how technology is being utilized. Next thing could be human resource management, right? How are the people managed? Next thing is procurement, right? So procurement basically does all this goods purchase and everything, whatever the organization needs, right? So these are all what support activities, okay? So these are not value adding, right? So it does not I mean it definitely it's very support based, right? It's very support based. So the model represents organizations, right, by setting out activities. So it's not it's segregated into different departments, okay? It's not segregated into different departments, right? So indirect costs mostly are the support activities, right? And then others are primary activities. So by carrying out this organization activities, organization can manage to make profits, right? However, it is essential for organizations to know what gives the right or ability to make profit, right? Which kind of activities actually add value, right? It helps us identify that. Why do customers pay enough to allow a profit to be made? It might be because the organization possesses know-how that the customers pay for. The organizations offer flexibility. It could be economies of scale, it could be risk, right? And then they could be good at sales and marketing, or they could be good at there could be some core capability that they have in operations, right? That could be there. So these are the things which basically will ensure which you like using this value chain, you can identify such things, right? So you can identify what's your unique selling point as well. You can identify what kind of activities are actually contributing to are actually adding value to the product, right? So basically you could do that, and whatever it is, the customer value is the key to an organization's success, right? So its performance needs to be carefully managed. The organization has to be careful about changing or removing activities or performance that customer value, right? So if they remove what is valued by the customer, how will the customer organization survive, right? So short-term performance improvement in one area could lead to long-term improvement, performance decrease in another, right? So just focusing on outbound logistics without service will be long term, it will be very detrimental, right? Remember when there was a Chinese phones, when they used to come out, they used to just focus on the delivery aspect and everything. They used to just sell it, no after service is there, right? So but and that basically hurt them in the long run, right? So those are the things that they need to identify. So all those activities which add value needs to be properly should be kept, right? Should be kept, and then we need to identify which activities we should continue and we should drop. So those are the things that we need to consider in terms of value chain. Okay, sometimes you might have to identify, like in terms of the inbound logistics, there could be some old system right, and then that basically carries or that goes beyond organizational structure. Okay, so basically old system that goes beyond, so that old system is basically you're using it for outbound logistics as well, right? So that could lead toward inventory issues, and this old system is basically being fed into what the supplier as well. So it's the whole chain, it's not only a single, it's beyond organizational boundaries. Okay, and you see the activities over here. So it's basically the output and input is defined based on the activities that's being carried out. It's not across like sales department or anything, it crosses different functional boundaries, and so communication is very key in this value chain. Okay, so that's the important takeaway from today, right? So just remember that. That's it for this video. Take care. Bye bye.